or not, despite what the interweb says, two things can be simultaneously true. Number one, I think Caleb Williams is going to be fun and exciting and productive, and I think he's the franchise quarterback the Bears haven't had forever. Number two, the hype is way over the top. He completed 50% of his throws in the preseason, and he had a 79 passer rating. Even in college, his accuracy was erratic. And I say that as somebody that thinks he's a very unique all-time talent. But 3 games for USC last year in the Pac-12, he completed under 58% of his throws. He went, in the preseason, he was 10 for 20 and a passer rating under 80. Okay, this is going to be bumpy. The Titans, for the last 6 months, have heard how great Caleb Williams is. I mean, they're an anonymous franchise. If you ask 50 NFL fans who the coach of the Titans is, 6 would have an answer. If you didn't count Nashville, maybe it's 3. Like, nobody knows. All they've heard for 6 months is, oh, this guy's unbelievable. You're going to get blown out. You do get the margins. This is not college football. It's pro football. I mean, one of the upset bets of the week, frankly, if you ask the sharps or the wise guys, is Tennessee. And Tennessee has no pressure, no expectations. They've got a mayonnaise out of a jar eating quarterback who a lot of people think is a bust already. That guy's got something to prove. They got a new coach. They've got all new weapons, an offensive, clever, creative guy that's for years now been leading Joe Burrow. Like, we don't know what Tennessee's going to look like, but it could be really interesting. So this whole thing about Caleb Williams, I like him. I think I've predicted for the Bears, let's just put it out there, 3rd place. I've predicted they'll win 7 or 8 games. I've predicted Caleb is the quarterback of the future, and I've also predicted, and I'll do it again today, it's going to be bumpy. They're not nearly as good roster-wise as Detroit or Green Bay. Green Bay's, I know you don't think Green Bay's organization, top to bottom, is here, and the Bears are 50,000, feet below the sea. It's not close. And that matters in this league. Number 1 quarterback picks, the number 1 pick at quarterback in week 1 all time is 4-15-1. 4-15-1. The last number 1 pick at quarterback to win week 1, David Carr, 22 years ago. So the last 3 years, there has been a big, major upset week 1 in the NFL. You ask all the wise guys, they think it's here. 9 straight winless number 1 pick quarterbacks in week 1. 9 straight winless. So it's like, this is going to be bumpy. Defensive coach in the hot seat. Tennessee's been told for 5 months, you're going to get blown out. This kid's amazing. You think Will Levis is going to be focused? You think this Tennessee team's going to be focused? Everybody, all the fans are betting Chicago. Everybody's in on the hype, and he's better than Justin Fields. But he can be an erratic thrower of the football. That's the knock all my GM buddies say on this. They all say the same thing. I love him, but he's got to refine that. He's got to sandpaper his accuracy. Go look at USC last year. 3 games in college under 58% completion percentage. That's not great. He's great, but that's not great. Stuff to work on. And here's Tom Brady earlier this week, stopped by our show, talking about when he knows, what does he see when he knows young quarterbacks are going to be successful?
For me, I think the sustainable part about quarterbacking is really what's up here, is what's in the brain. Are you snapping the ball and running good plays consistently against the defenses that you're out there watching as you're reading the defenses? So much of it to me is the coach giving the quarterback, because he's going to see it every day in practice, the coach and the players. Are they giving the quarterback the freedom to make the plays and the decisions that he needs to make to get the team to win?
Yeah, it's not going to be the feet. It's going to be upstairs that's going to win games. See the defense, read the defense, let her rip, and deliver it accurately. I think Caleb can do the first 3 easily. The last one's going to take work. He is not, on a consistent basis, a hyper-accurate quarterback. Bo Nix is. Bo Nix can't run like him. Bo Nix not as big as him, right? But Bo Nix can do that. So just a lot of turbulence on this flight. It's going to be a bumpy flight. J-Mac with the news. In Philadelphia, I like Green Bay. You like Philadelphia. That's a stay-away game for me. I'm going to do the Blazing 5. That's not one of my picks. I say sometimes I just want to watch the game. I want to watch the game. I don't know what to make of it. I like Green Bay, but Brazil throws everything off. So I don't feel like a game in Mexico City or Europe. Even the London games or the European games have been a little quirky. You know, like you go over there and you're like, it's just a different feel. Brazil's other side of the earth, so I don't know what I'm getting. Yeah. But I thought last night was spectacular.
I would largely agree on spectacular night, but I totally disagree with your Lamar Jackson take. I mean, you're like, how many guys can do that? What did he do? Miss receivers open in the end zone?
Well, he did miss one receiver.
He was 1 for 5 off all night.
Well, but it should be noted, though Mahomes had maybe one of his worst picks at midfield and almost had a second. Lamar didn't. Lamar missed somebody in the end zone.
You forgot the Lamar fumble, you know. But,
well, I mean,
and what's with taking all these hits, Colin? Who does he think he is? Well, I was stunned. That's not sustainable.
Well,
Sorry.
It's not, but you have to remember, sometimes certain opponents are different. Right? Like there are certain opponents in your life. They're your rival games. I think Josh Allen he's going to take more hits against Mahomes. I think if Josh Allen is playing Miami and Tua, he's going to step out of bounds. He's not going to take the hit. But I think if you go to Manning or Big Ben and Brady in those games, you're going to put yourself out there more. And I think both Mahomes, I mean, look at Mahomes in Super Bowls. He's been hobbling on the field in the fourth quarters of games.
Super Bowl versus Game 1.
But I mean, come on. This is not a difficult one. This isn't a big lift. There are moments in sports when you're playing a rival, Duke and Carolina, Michigan, Ohio State. You're just going to put your body at risk that you probably wouldn't other times. I mean, John Harbaugh's going for it at midfield. There are other situations he wouldn't go for. It's not smart to do at Arrowhead Stadium with Patrick Mahomes on the other side. But you kind of look at Lamar and you're thinking, this kid has earned this moment.
Yeah.
So I think when you face rivals, it's like you don't play the Masters like you play the Buick Open. Like there are moments where you've got to be dialed in. You've got to be rested. You've got to have the best caddy. There are certain clubs you're not going to use. Like it's just last night is as good as the NFL gets. And Lamar's like, hey, I'm leaving it all out here tonight. I don't think he's going to have 16 carries against the Steelers in Week 9 when they're maybe 3-6.
I would hope not, but I just wonder, does Lamar have that sense, hey, man, we lost the AFC Championship game because I didn't get to be me. I'm going to do me this season, and I'm going to carry us on our back. He's just not built for that, man. He's too slight. Colin, those hits he was taking, he wasn't even getting out of bounds.
No.
No, I don't think he slid once in the entire game.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, I think we've seen this in college where C.J. Stroud did not run, remember, the entire year, and then they faced Georgia, and it's like, okay, this is different.
Okay.
Justin Herbert Rose Bowl didn't run all year. They played Wisconsin last game. This is different. This is obviously the first game, not the last game, but I think Kansas City, Baltimore, for Baltimore, this game is different.
Yeah. You're
just going to do stuff. Guys are going to play hurt. Guys are going to play longer. God, NFL. If you know, I've said it. I can say it 1,000 times. This league, this product, there's a reason it's lapping the field. This product is so good. Kickoffs are weird, but who is JLab, personal technology company making headphones, earbuds for all uses, work accessories like mice and keyboards? You know, they pack the most functionality and fun into every product with really surprisingly awesome value. JLab is proud to be a partner with 16 Division I college sports programs. Traveling to watch your favorite team, streaming the game on your mobile device, JLab has you covered. For travel, I use the J-Buds Lux over-ear headphones, super comfortable. For walks, working out, the J-Buds Sport ANC4, super long battery life. Everyday errands, walking around the office. How about the open-ear Flex Clip? Super unique product, allows me to hear my environment, still listen to the podcast. It's a blue box. It's at Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and more. Or visit jlab.com